的手合在一起。哦，你要跟我们说什么？
We have 2 kids. We have a 2.5-year-old and a 9-month-old.
We were ready to have kids when we kind of realized there's so much more to life than being places.
While we were living in Philadelphia, taking the train to New York, and pursuing all these really great dreams that we had, I didn't realize that there was a whole other part of my heart that would open up.
At first, I did not really want to have a kid. I haven't finished my school yet. Watched the elder Anderson's talk, children. And during that talk, he said, "Where's your faith?" I thought the piercing question was just for me. And I feel right about having a kid at home.
We go forward in faith, realizing the decision of how many children to have and when to have them is between a husband and wife and the Lord.
I'm like, no, we can't do this. And it's like, no, what are we gonna do now? we're gonna have a baby, and then we're gonna have twins. I was just kind of freaking out, and it was this big jump of like, hey, this is a big step.
Actually, yeah, we have 4 little boys, because he's one.
Tell Daddy, love you.
As a father, I fill a significant chunk of his world.
You're just finding that your everyday things that you're going to do, it's more fun in unloading the dishwasher, the clean dishes.
The plastic stuff,
the
we'll let
plastic
him load.
stuff.
I think a common misconception with having kids is that life is over. I'm an artist, and I somehow am able to get it done just the same as I did before. It's been really cool to see and be a part of how the Lord is just making it happen.
If I can take the time to just listen and to see my children, then it just makes it worth it. Those moments when you could become frustrated, suddenly you just see the frustration in their eyes, and your heart is filled with compassion.
It's a combination of patience and also just not taking things too seriously about life.
And we learn how to love in our home. It's such an important thing. Looking back, we had a great life, but we have a great life now. And I wouldn't give it up for anything.
That's Heavenly Father really is trying to help us succeed. He has this wonderful plan of salvation. And as we faithfully follow that plan and then do our part, He will help us.